Alright folks, now starting tomorrow, the 13th anniversary special in the premium shop will feature the GSOR 1010FB Premium Tier 8 British wheeled medium tank. It's not a tank, it's an armored car, but luckily this vehicle doesn't share the same common problem that plagues the normal cars in the tech tree, and that is the lack of ammo. So this vehicle actually gets 50 rounds of the 105 as opposed to the 20 rounds of the 105 for the Tier 9, the GSOR 1006. This vehicle only gets 20 rounds of the 105. The Tier 8 Saladin gets 30 rounds of a 90mm at Tier 8. Pretty crap. 30 rounds of a 90 at Tier 8 is the same as Hellcat's ammo count at Tier 6. Pretty bad. FSV at Tier 7 has only 50 rounds of a 75mm. Yeah, pretty bad. All of them have a same common problem, and that is potential damage is low. Therefore, you run out of damage or run out of shells pretty quick. But not for the Tier 10. Tier 10 has a special caliber. 110 has 40 rounds of the 110, so not a problem for the Tier 10, but earlier tiers, yeah, pretty bad. Well, let's take a look at the stats and quickly recap to see if it's worth it. But luckily, Wargaming is just straight up selling this vehicle, so they're not scared of the stats like with the EBRs. So just straight up selling it without gambling for it. But premium tank makes more credit and crew XP. 105mm on wheels, so blow up one of the wheels, you still keep running. Lack of a loader for a 3-man crew, so lacking intuition or safe stowage, don't get hit, and spam all the gold shell in the world, so no need to switch, right? Alright, let's take a look at the gun. It has good accuracy, good aim time, gun depression is not bad, and very quick to traverse the turret, very quick. The downside to it is it doesn't have that much DPM, otherwise it's a pretty good gun. It doesn't have that much DPM though. So dispersion is also pretty good. Firing this gun while moving is pretty decent, but not as good as with the EBR. So it's not that broken, but it's still pretty good. So yeah, not as good with the EBRs, but still pretty good. About the same as a Bulldog or so. Yep, about the same as a Bulldog, so a lot better than a medium tank, but not as crazy as a EBR for that matter. Now, I would say you don't really need the gold shell, otherwise you just spam too much and basically negate the effect of a premium tank, but gold shell is at 252mm of pen for APCR. Shell velocity is a little bit better, of course, but it's surprising how much cost goes into the normal AP. That's a pretty hefty cost. So if you compare the same alpha on a vehicle like the Renegade with its 105, what the hell's the Renegade? M54 Renegade. So for the same alpha, you're paying about 20% more. Is that worth it? So as a premium tank, that is kind of surprising. So some premium vehicles doesn't make as much money as other premium tanks. For example, the Ship TVP 100 doesn't make as much money as with something of a STRV S1. So you have to consider that fact as a premium vehicle, but yeah, this vehicle has more cost to the same alpha as with a heavy tank, but as with the same type of shell in a sense, 105mm. But as in general, it's a pretty good accurate gun, just not that much DPM. Has no armor, 60 at the hull front, 60 at the turret front, 1200 health. It doesn't have health. So it's more like a tank destroyer in that sense, like a 𝗚𝗦𝗢𝗏 without DPM or penetration. Yeah, about 100mm effective, no space armor whatsoever. You do have a mantlet, but mantlet is about 170-ish. Don't even think about it. So it has no armor. There's no space armor. The ass is pretty big. It's not space armor on the ass like with the Sheridan. So high explosive round from artillery hurts pretty much. Only 12 for the turret roof and the engine deck. So no armor whatsoever. Duh, of course it doesn't have armor. Now mobility wise, it's a little bit faster than a common medium tank at tier 8. 60 kilometers per hour top speed, 30 reverse, pretty quick. Traverse is not the widest. It is a car, of course, so it is a big turning arc, but about 24 horsepower per ton ratio. It's still a little bit above average, but not the craziest. So compare with something like a Lorraine, is it as fast as a Lorraine 40T? Faster, or faster to rev up, but about the same top speed. Reverse speed is better, it has better terrain resistance and better dispersion, so it's faster than a Lorraine, but even though Lorraine also uses tires with tracks, technically. So, not half bad, but what's the fastest tier 8 medium tank? AMX CDC? Not really, not even close. Boresk? Boresk is based on a light tank. So not as fast as a Boresk, but the same terrain resistance. That's interesting. So, interesting. Boresk is faster, but it is based off of the Batchat 12T, technically. Not bad, but doesn't have the Boresk camo, so that's a whole different can of worms in that aspects. Alright, so not half bad mobility. It's about the same as the Boresk, if you think about it. So leading up to the concealment, it's not as good as the Boresk, not even close. So this thing is like a, I would say Centurion, or maybe Panzer 58 at that point. So not the best camo. You'll get spotted, and view range is only 380. So it's not the stealthiest, it's not the most keen-eyed of medium tanks. Therefore, rely on your teammates to spot for you. But overall, it's not a bad tier 8 medium tank. Downside to it is I'm worried about the potential cost of running all the shells, like spamming too much AP rounds or APCR rounds, but you'll figure that out. So turbocharger, it could put a turbocharger, surprisingly, compared to the EBRs. Optics to spot for yourself, and obviously the rammer. So the common medium tank setup, you could put something of a, I would say maybe low exhaust to help out with your camo, but you're a sniper, so don't go too close. I would still say optics is better than camo, helping out your actual survivability and damage. But for field modification, better traverse, make it even traverse better in soft terrain, so I would say better traverse. Accuracy or dispersion. Now this vehicle is already pretty good in terms of dispersion, but this doesn't change that much, so actually just change a little bit with the base accuracy. Maybe put base accuracy buff. And obviously camo to help out with the garbage camo. Choose optics for the second slot. Not half bad, but it's still running at 2000 DPM, even with the rammer. So overall, for a medium tank, it's fine. It's not the scariest. I think you need to play frontline with this thing to make a blast out of it, mostly because you have room to run around, other than corridor maps. So if you play on Himmelsdorf, you get wrecked. Or Ruinberg, you get wrecked. You have nowhere to run, right? But overall, it's a decent medium tank. Originally, I rated it at like 5.5 out of 10 back in April. 5.5 out of 10. So it's not the craziest, it's not the worst, it's decent enough, but I would still say it's okay. If this thing will have like 2500 DPM or 250 millimeters of pin, that would be a lot better for sniping, right? But it doesn't have the common problem with a lack of ammo, so that's a plus. Still a 5.5 out of 10, maybe a 6 on a good day, but or on a Prokhorovka type of map, right? But otherwise, 5.5 out of 10. Well, there you go, folks. The GSOR 1010FB. So this thing will be in the premium shop, likely for about 40-ish bucks, I presume. They usually bundle with a bunch of other garbage like premium time or some gold for like 50 bucks or more, but it's a whatever pickup. It's not like crazy with the BZ176, so not the craziest, but they'll have a micro patch in the morning to add the AMX13FL11. This vehicle has not been added to the game client even since the common test. So back for the common test, I did a video about a month ago. they haven't added MIA 13FL11 right here. Concept number 5, which is the Tier 10, the British wheel medium tank, and the Tiger Mouse just came out that morning. Well, there you go, folks. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to buy this vehicle, just be aware you're not training your Centurion loader in that aspect. So if you want to do a all-around good, decent British medium tank, the 𝗏𝗏𝗏 is not a bad choice. This is one of the best medium tank crew trainer you could ask for, even training a radio operator at that point. But Tier 8s are getting a buff from the super test, so I like my Centurions, but they're getting a buff. Same goes with the FE4202. But as always, thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.